So those times are linked to the habits, and that makes for an ideal day. And an ideal day, like I said at the start of the video, leads to an ideal life. So that's how I plan and structure my days. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to share my productivity blueprint that I follow, and I firmly believe that life is a sum of the days that we have. So if you have ideal and productive days, you are going to end up having an ideal and productive life. So what I do is I define everything at the day level, and then that translates into a week, which translates into a month, which translates into a year, and eventually into a life that is full of things that I've done on a daily basis to lead me to the goals that I have. So you start with setting those goals, and then you want to have parts of implementations, which are like micro executions, which are also called habits, by the way, into your days. And then a sum of all of these days will compound to getting your results. So I see habits as compounding effect, right? So the more you execute, the more you move towards your goals. But I also see them as an automation of your goals. So if you had to think about your goals and rewrite your goals and journal your goals and all of that, that's all great. But the best thing that you can do to achieve your goals is actually execute those daily habits that lead to your goals, right? So what is this ideal day? Now, in order to define the ideal day, you'll have to define your goals and your different priorities in life. You have your goals in place, but you also have priorities. So let's say, for example, if your goal is to make $1 million, but your priorities are health, family, relationships, friendships, etc., then you will have to rethink about what you are targeting and what your priorities really are. Do you really want to make $1 million? Or is it a social metric? Or is it a metric from Twitter, YouTube, Instagram? Who knows, right? So the priorities for me are, number one priority for me is my health. The second one is relationships, which includes family and friends. And the third one is business, work, money, which is like, I treat it as one category, which is work. So those are my top 3 priorities. And if you had to extend it to 5 priorities, then the fourth one would be learning and hobbies. So I have a few hobbies, a few things that I'm learning. And the fifth one will be travel and experiences. So I would like to travel more, experience more. That'll be the fifth one. So those will be my top 5 priorities. But number 4 and 5, sometimes I may not be able to do it on a daily basis. So let's be very honest. You want to learn something new every day. You want to execute on your hobbies every day. But it may or may not happen, at least in real life, in real world, every day. The first one is health and wellness, and that's something I take care of in the early part of the day and the late part of the day, and I link it to sunrise and sunset. So during sunrise, I'm out for a walk, I'm doing some sort of training, or I go to the gym, and during sunset, I'm doing either some form of cardio, or I go to the beach with my family, I'm swimming. So sunrise and sunset are my health and wellness buckets, and I've anchored these events, these habits to daily events, because sunrise and sunset happens every day. And the second reason is that it links me, attaches me to that time of the day where I need to execute the habit. And if you execute the habit at the same time every day, then you're much more likely to stick to it. So that takes care of my health and wellness. I throw in 1 or 2 massages a week, 1 sauna a week, 1 steam session a week, all of those things from time to time. And I have fixed days to do that. So for example, Wednesday is a massage day, Friday is the second massage day, and on Wednesday, the first massage day, I would have steam, and on Friday, I would have sauna. So those are linked to the day, and this is something called day theming that I use. That takes care of overall health and wellness. In between, I'll take walks. I can easily get to 10K steps a day. I've been doing that for years, for 2 years now. So it's pretty solid. The second bucket is family. So what I do is when my daughter wakes up, which is typically after sunrise, as of now, she's 2 years old. So I've done my health and wellness routine in the morning, and now I have time with my daughter. So I spend around an hour or 2 in the morning with my daughter. And typically for sunset, if it's not too windy on the beach, I would take her along with me for a swim. So I'll have another 2 hours in the evening, and I get an hour at the night before she's sleeping. So there's 5 hours a day that I spend with my daughter and my wife 2 of those hours are with my wife as well, since she goes to work as well. So overall 4 to 5 hours with family, I think it's pretty solid. It's more about the quality of that time that we spend together rather than the quantity, and I believe that for everything. The third one is my work slash business slash money, and this is where I'm actually doing deep work. Again, you want to go quality over quantity, so maybe working 5 to 6 hours a day should be enough if you're able to get those 2 or 3 solid deep work sessions. And what I do for that is I have these Pomodoro timers. So I do 45-minute deep work sessions followed by 15-minute breaks. I'm trying to slowly get to 90-minute deep work sessions, but I found that after 45 minutes, I need to move my body a little bit. I don't like sitting for too long. And that's something that I would do from 9 to 12 in the morning. So those 3 hours are my deep work sessions. And then again, from 3 to 5 in the evening. So I try to do 3 to 5. Typically it's 3 to 4:30, more like that. That's 1.5 hours. And then towards the end of the day, after sunset, before dinner, that time I get another 90-minute session. So adds up to around 6 hours of solid work. And yes, some of this also has meetings and responses, but the morning hours, the 9 to 12, I try to avoid any meetings. So I block the calendar for deep work sessions. And that's my third priority and also part of the day, right? Within work, I have day themes. So for example, on Monday, I work on the agency. Wednesday, I work on the academy. On Friday, I work on my side hustles and business development, sales, those kinds of things. So I have those day themes in place as well, which helps me sort of balance all of those activities within that week. So there's times within the day which are really important. Like for example, this morning time, the health and wellness routine, then the deep works in the morning, then the evening sunset. Before that, we have another deep work session, and then finally the evening session. So those times are linked to the habits, and that makes for an ideal day. And an ideal day, like I said at the start of the video, leads to an ideal life. So that's how I plan and structure my days. And that's what I think is really the secret to productivity and getting things done, but also choosing wisely what you want to get done based on your priorities. So that's all for this video. If you like this video, if you'd like to know more about productivity and how I manage my day, let me know in the comments and I'll make more of these. Ciao.